Hello everyone, this is Meenakshi Dilip Birari working as a assistant professor in chemistry at Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj Nasik. In previous lectures, we have studied classification and importance of fertilizers. Fertilizers are those substances which must be added to the soil to improve the deficiency of essential elements required for plant growth. To obtain the maximum benefit from fertilizers, it must be applied at proper time and in proper proportion. So, in today's lecture, we are going to study time and method of fertilizer application. Fertilizers, these are substances added to the soil to replace the elements taken up by plants. Fertilizers also increases the crop yields. Animal manures are also known as natural manures. If we use artificial fertilizers, it replaces lost nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Also, some NPK fertilizers are useful to remove the deficiency of these elements and it increases the crop yield. In previous lectures, we have already studied nitrogenous, potassic, phosphatic fertilizers to correct the deficiency of these elements. Now, time and method of fertilizer application. To obtain the maximum benefit from fertilizer, it must be applied at proper time and in proper proportion. The application of fertilizer, it depends on the various factors. So what are the factors affecting fertilizer application? So these are nature of fertilizer, type of soil, type and nature of field crop and time of application. So the factors affecting application of fertilizer, these are nature of fertilizer, type of soil, type and nature of field crop and also time of application. Selection of time for application of fertilizer depends on stage of plant growth. Plants require less nitrogen in early stages of growth but require maximum during growth period. Nitrogen required by plant throughout the lifetime. Therefore, nitrogenous fertilizers would be applied in split dose throughout the growth period so as to remove nitrogen deficiency. More amount of phosphorus is required during early growth period. They are slow realizing, therefore applied before regular operation. Potassium, it should be applied during sowing time. Sandy soils require more application of all types of fertilizer to avoid loss of nutrients through leaching. So, selection of time for application of fertilizer, it also depends on the stage of plant growth. Nitrogen, plant requires less nitrogen in early stage of growth and also at harvest time but maximum during its grand growth period. Thus, nitrogen is required by plants throughout their lifetime. Therefore, nitrogenous fertilizers would be applied in split doses throughout the growth period so as to remove the nitrogen deficiency. Then, phosphorus. More amount of phosphorus is required during early growth period. Phosphatic fertilizers are slow realizing, therefore they must be applied as a superphosphates before regular operation. For this, extra labor is needed. Then potash. Potash is an intermediate fertilizer between nitrogen and phosphorus. It should also be applied during sowing time and in sandy soil it requires more application of all types of fertilizers, that may be nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, to avoid loss of nutrients throughout the leaching. We know that the application of fertilizer, it depends on the nature of fertilizer, the type of soil and type and nature of field crop. So here the sandy soil, the type of soil is different, so it requires more application of all types of fertilizer to avoid loss of nutrients through leaching. Fertilizer application may be in solid form or in liquid form. Nitrogenous fertilizers, being highly soluble, reach the plant roots easily and rapidly. Therefore, they are broadcasted on soil surface just before sowing. To overcome the deficiency of nitrogen at later stages of plant growth, it is top dressed and side dressed. Then the phosphorus, it is a slow realizing fertilizer. Therefore, it is placed near the seeds or seedling roots for three reasons. For example, restricted contact of fertilizers with the soil lessens their fixation of phosphate, and necessary plant food is placed within easy reach of the plant roots. The possibility of injurious concentrations is minimized if the placement is accurately controlled, and the fertilizer placed in a side band along the row does not readily furnish nutrients to weeds growing between the rows. So that may be the reasons related to the phosphorus, which is a slow realizing fertilizer. Then the potassic fertilizer, it should also be placed near the root zones as they are mobile. So the application of fertilizer may be in solid form or may be in liquid form. So to apply the fertilizer in solid form, these are some methods. Broadcasting. Broadcasting, that may be of two types. One is broadcasting at planting, that is basal application, and top dressing. In order to distribute the fertilizer evenly and uniformly, it is spread over the entire soil before being plowed or immediately before planting or while the crop is standing. So this method may be used, that is broadcasting. Broadcasting is of two types. One is basal application and top dressing. Then second method, to apply the solid form of fertilizer, placement. So in this, fertilizers are placed in the soil irrespective of the position of seed, seedling or growing plants before sowing or after sowing the crop. So it is also done by different methods. One is plow soil placement, deep placement and localized placement. Then band placement. So the fertilizers are placed in continuous or discontinuous bands close to seeds or transplanted plant by two methods. These are hill placement and row placement. So the method of solid form fertilizer application, these are broadcasting, which are of two types, basal application and top dressing. Second, placement, these are of three types, plow soil placement, deep placement and localized placement. Band placement of two types, hill placement and row placement, and the fourth method, that is pellet application. So all these methods we have to study in detail one by one. Then the method of applying liquid form of fertilizer, these are starter solution, foliar application, direct application of liquid fertilizer to soil and application through irrigation water. So these are four methods which are used for application of liquid form of fertilizer. Liquid fertilizer application, starter solution, foliar application, fertigation, injection into soil, aerial application. We will study all these methods in detail one by one. So let us see the method of application of solid form of fertilizer. First method, broadcasting. In this type, distribute fertilizer evenly and uniformly spread over the entire soil before being plowed. So in order to distribute the fertilizer evenly and uniformly, it is spread over the entire soil before being plowed or immediately before planting or while the crop is standing. Broadcasting is of two types. First one, broadcasting at planting, or also known as basal application. The main objective of this type of broadcasting are to distribute fertilizer evenly and with part of or throughout the plow layer, and to apply large quantities can be safely applied at the time of planting with a seed and fertilizer drill. So in broadcasting, the main objectives of this type, these are to distribute fertilizer evenly and to incorporate it with part of or throughout the plow layer. Also to apply the large quantities that can be safely applied at the time of planting with the seed and fertilizer drill. Suitable nitrogenous fertilizers are ammonium sulfate, ammonium nitrate, and concentrated organic manure. Phosphatic fertilizers are basic slag. Potassic fertilizers are KCl and K2SO4. So that will be applied by using this method, that is broadcasting at planting and basal application. So in broadcasting, the fertilizers are spread evenly or uniformly to cover the entire production area. In order to distribute fertilizer evenly and uniformly, it is spread over the entire soil before being plowed or immediately before planting. Second method, that is top dressing. In order to supply available nitrogen to growing plants like paddy and wheat, nitrogenous fertilizers like ammonium nitrate, sodium nitrate, calcium ammonium nitrate, etc. are applied to soil. Top dressing of phosphorus and potassium is done only on pasture lands. Top dressing is not done when the leaves are wet, as they may get burnt by nitrogenous or potassic fertilizers. So top dressing, it is not done when the leaves are wet. For growing plant, only nitrogenous fertilizers are applied to soil. So top dressing, it is carried out in order to supply available nitrogen to growing plants like paddy and wheat. Nitrogenous fertilizers are applied to the soil like ammonium nitrate, sodium nitrate and calcium ammonium nitrate. And top dressing of phosphorus and potassium is done only on pasture lands. Then the second method of application of solid form of fertilizer, placement. Fertilizers are placed in the soil irrespective of the position of seed or growing plants before sowing or after sowing of crops. Placement, it is also done by different methods. So these are plow soil placement, deep placement and also localized placement. So first of all, plow soil placement. During the process of plowing, the fertilizer is placed in continuous band at the bottom of furrow. Each band is covered with the next furrow. Seeds can be sown anywhere on the bands. This method is recommended for places having heavy clay soil and dry soil in such a way that moist soil becomes available to growing plants during the dry season. In this method, less fixation of phosphorus and potassium take place. So this is the plow soil placement. During the process of plowing, the fertilizer is placed in a continuous band at the bottom of the furrow. Each band is covered as the next furrow is turned, and seeds can be sown anywhere on the bands. So this method is recommended for heavy clay soil and also for dry soils. Deep placement of nitrogenous fertilizers. So in this method, ammonical nitrogenous fertilizers like ammonium sulfate and urea etc. is placed in the reduction zone where it remains in the form of ammonia and available to crop during the active vegetative period. This also ensures better distribution of root zone and prevents any loss by surface drain off. So by using deep placement of nitrogenous fertilizers, ammonical nitrogenous fertilizers like ammonium sulfate, urea, etc., it is placed in the reduction zone where it remains in the form of ammonia and it is available to crop during active vegetative period. Localized placement. It is used when very small quantity of fertilizer is required by soil. In this method, fertilizer is placed near or along with seeds or plants in bands or pockets so as to promote the rapid early growth of plant. It controls weeds and reduces the fixation of phosphorus and potassium. So various methods of localized placement, these are contact placement or drill placement. In this method, seeds and fertilizers are drilled together while sowing by placing them in the same row. It is very useful for applying the phosphatic and potassic fertilizers to wheat, bajra, jowar, cotton, etc. Due to excessive concentration of soluble salts, germination may get affected. So, only small quantities of fertilizer it should be drilled, and it is not good for pulses and legumes. So, contact placement or drilling placement or drill placement, this method is not good for pulses and legumes. Due to excessive concentration of soluble salts, germination may get affected. So only small quantities of fertilizer it should be drilled, and in this method the seeds and fertilizers are drilled together. Second method, that is row placement. Here the nitrogenous fertilizers is mixed with the soil in the form of pulsate 2.5 to 5 cm deep between the rows of paddy crop in the ratio of 1:10. So the fertilizers are applied in between the rows of crops in row placement. Nitrogenous fertilizers which is mixed with the soil in the form of pulsate 2.5 to 5 cm deep between the rows of paddy crop in the ratio of 1:10. Then side dressing. In this method, fertilizers are spread in between the rows and around the plants by any of the methods. So these are fertilizers are applied to the broad row crop like sugarcane, tobacco, etc. Apply straight fertilizer around the base of plants, for example mango, apple, grapes, papaya. Side dressing: in this method, fertilizers are applied. These are spread in between the rows and around the plants by different methods. So to give the additional dose of nitrogenous fertilizers to the broad row crops of maize, sugarcane, tobacco, that fertilizers are spread by hand. An application of mixed or straight fertilizers around the base of the fruit trees like papaya, banana, grape, apple, orange, etc. This is done once, twice or thrice a year depending on the age of the fruit trees. So this is also known as heel application. Side dressing: that may be done once, twice or thrice a year depending on the age of fruit trees. Also called as heel application. Then the another method of application of soil fertilizer, that is band placement. The fertilizers are placed in continuous or discontinuous bands close to seeds or transplanted plant by two methods. So band placement, it refers to the placement of fertilizer in bands. So these are of two types. First one, heel placement. In this method, fertilizers are placed close to the plant in bands. When the plants are spread 90 cm or more on both sides, fertilizers are placed close to the plant in bands on one or both sides of the plant. So this is known as heel placement. The size of band varies with species of plant and the amount of fertilizer it is used for the crops. This method is also used for nitrogenous and phosphatic fertilizers to grow fruits and vegetables like orange, papaya, etc. So in heel placement method, fertilizers are placed close to the plant in bands. Second one, row placement. The fertilizers are placed in a continuous band when the seeds are sown close together in a row. It is used for sugarcane, potato, maize, tobacco, cotton, cereals and vegetable crops. The fertilizers are placed in a continuous band when the seeds are sown close together in a row. This method is used and it is mostly used for sugarcane, potato, maize, tobacco, cereals, etc. Let us see the methods which are used for application of liquid form of fertilizer. First one, starter solution. These generally consist of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium in the ratio of 1:2:1 and 1:1:2 and are applied to young vegetable plants at the time of transplanting. They are used in small quantities and they replace water. These solutions have two advantages. First one, nutrients reaches plant root immediately and the solution is dilute, so does not inhibit growth. Starter solution, it is one of the method of application of liquid form of fertilizer. It refers to the application of solution of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium in the ratio of 1:2:1 and 1:1:2 to young plants at the time of transplanting. For example, vegetables, that method is suitable. They are used in small quantities and also they replaces the water. The advantages of this method, that is starter solution: one is nutrients reaches plant roots immediately and the solution is sufficiently diluted so that it does not inhibit the growth. But this method also having some disadvantages. First, that extra labor is required for the application of liquid form of fertilizer by starter solution method. Fixation of phosphate, it may be greater. If watering is not a part of the regular operation, the extra labor is required for the application of starter solution fertilizer. And the second disadvantage, the fixation of phosphate is higher, it may be greater. Then the second method, foliar application. It refers to the spraying of fertilizer solutions containing one or more nutrients on the leaves of growing plants. In this method, leaves of growing plants are sprayed with suitable fertilizer solution in low concentration to supply nutrient or combination of nutrients to plants. Its effect is same as that of the soil application. So, fertilizers are not saved by this method. Foliars, it may be applied when competitive crop or soil conditions make nutrients from soil dressing unavailable, and accurately timed response to fertilizers is required. Also, routine applications of insecticidal, herbicidal sprays to which nutrients can be added are made. And foliar spray method, it may be applied when the growth of the crop prevents the application of fertilizers to the soil but permits its application to the leaves from a high clearance sprayer. So, by considering these things, the foliar spray method may be suitable, but there are some difficulties associated with the foliar application of nutrients. So, what are the disadvantages or the difficulties associated with foliar applications? First one, strong solutions burn the leaves. Solutions of low concentration provide only small quantities of nutrients in single spray, and several applications are needed for moderate to high fertilizers rate. It is more costly unless fertilizers are applied along with insecticides, pesticides, etc. So these are the difficulties associated with foliar application of nutrients. Strong concentration burns the leaves. Low concentration provides small quantities in single spray. Several applications are needed for moderate to high fertilizer rate, and it is costly as compared to soil application unless combined with other spraying operations taken up for weed, insect or disease control. Then the third method, that is direct application of liquid fertilizer to soil. So with the help of special equipment, ammonia solution must be placed in narrow furrows at a depth of 12 to 15 cm and covered immediately to prevent loss. So with the help of these special equipments, anhydrous ammonia and anhydrous nitrogen solutions are directly applied to soils to prevent plant injury and wastage of ammonia. Medium textured soils have the widest range of moisture and are the best places for the application of anhydrous ammonia. Losses occur in sandy or clay soils that are either too dry or too wet. So by using the direct application of liquid fertilizers to soil, micronutrients in a solution are directly added on the plant leaves. It is also used to quickly correct nutrient deficiencies, but if fertilizer concentration is too high, leaf burning will occur. So there are some difficulties associated with the foliar application of nutrients, and by using direct application of liquid fertilizer, anhydrous ammonia and nitrogen solutions are directly applied to soil, which prevents the plant injury and wastage of ammonia. Next method, that is application through irrigation water. So liquid fertilizers, it may be applied through the irrigation water. This method refers to the application of water soluble fertilizers through irrigation water. The nutrients required by plants are served through the mixing of straight and mixed fertilizers containing nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium with irrigation stream. Generally, nitrogenous fertilizers are applied through irrigation water. This is an expensive method. This method, that is application through irrigation water, this method is an expensive method. So generally nitrogenous fertilizers are applied through irrigation water. The nutrients required by plants are served through the mixing of straight and mixed fertilizers containing nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium with irrigation stream. We have studied the various methods of application of solid form of fertilizer and also the methods for the application of liquid form of fertilizers. Now there are the different factors affecting efficiency of fertilizers. Fertilizer efficiency is defined as the percentage of added fertilizer that is actually used by the plants. The fertilizer efficiencies are approximately 30 to 70% of added nitrogen, 5 to 30% of added phosphorus, 50 to 60% of added potassium. The values can be lower or higher depending on the various factors. So what are the factors affecting efficiency of fertilizers? So the factors affecting efficiency, these are type of soil and its fertility, cropping history, season in which the crop is grown, nature of crop and its variety, sowing time, plant population, type, quantity, time and method of fertilizer applied, the method, quantity and frequency of irrigation, the extent and manner in which the weeds, the pests and the diseases are controlled. So these are the various factors affecting efficiency of fertilizer. Fertilizer's efficiency is defined as the percentage of added fertilizer that is actually used by the plants. So by manipulating these factors, it is possible to substantially increase the per hectare yield of crops from a given rate of fertilizer application in farmers' field. So fertilizer application, it is also important to increase the crop yield. By manipulation of above factors, it is possible to increase crop yield from given rate of fertilizer application. So in today's lecture, we have studied time and method of fertilizer application, the various methods of fertilizer application in solid form and also in liquid form, and also fertilizer efficiency. Thank you.